Here it is. First down right here. Lobos loose football on the ground. And it's got to be down right there, so that's got to make a second down. If you're wondering why we started the football game, well, we started last week during the weather. And we had to stop the game right at 9 minutes and 18 ticks in the second quarter, so that's where we're starting this game back all over again.
All right, welcome back, Brandon. Here we have one play, the first play from scrimmage. We picked up this ball game from where it left off last week. First play, the Lobos was a bad exchange, but they were able to maintain the ball.
Looks like a loss of 5, so make it second down and 15 for the Lobos at their own 20-yard line. 8:44 and counting first half. Johnson back to throw, has pressure, throws over the middle, has a man, reception is made, caught by number 35, Charles Murphy, and that's a gain of 30 on that play. He was able to zip through the coverage and found himself wide open and moves the chains for the Lobos.
Now, something positive here on dry ground.
So obviously a much different Lobo team off this previous play than what we saw in the rain last week, Mike.
Yeah, that's definitely true because they started off, they did throw some passes, were incomplete, but the majority of the time they were running the ball.
So first and 10, shotgun set, Lanier in the backfield with Johnson. It'll be Lanier, and he's not going to get much of anything. Swarmed by a host of defenders, led by number 25, Wayne Johnson Jr. in there. Also number 42, Arthur Bledsoe on the stop. So a gain of about a yard. So we'll make it second down and 9 as they go inside Monarchs territory.
Here we are picking up this ball game on the Sunday afternoon at 6:30. We're in the second quarter, down to 7:32 in the second quarter. It's a 0-0 tie. Like I said, we picked up after a lightning canceled ball game from last weekend.
Johnson back to throw, has pressure, and he is hit hard. They're going to say incompletion, but Johnson got hammered. Byron Wells, number 43, came in untouched, and Johnson is laying on the field. He's still down. That could be a momentum changer. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back. Coug Sports Net will return. Wow. Quarterback coming in for...
I'm on the sideline right now, Brandon. That the quarterback, starting quarterback, holding
Johnson,
his shoulder.
Yeah, he's in pain. New quarterback in is Quentin Berryman for the Lobos. Third down and 9. We'll see if the Monarchs can hold here. Counter play, and it's got room, and it'll be close to a first down. He'll fall about a half yard short. That is number 44, Byron McGee.
They're moving the chains, Brandon.
They took advantage of an aggressive Monarchs defense, and a draw play found 9 yards and a first down. They spotted exactly at the 40-yard line. So one play in, the question is to whether or not that Lobos offense will change. Obviously not, as they were able to move the ball and get the first down.
What a big difference in the weather and the temperature from 1 week ago today, Brandon.
Oh, no question about it. Lightning causing the delay, but today on the field, about, say, 97 degrees on that turf. Counter play is going to be to McGee, and he's not going to get much of anything. He'll probably get to the line of scrimmage. Number 43, Byron Wells, making the tackle on that play.
Kind of a little recap of what happened last week. The Lobos basically controlled the first quarter. The Monarchs had the ball one time through an interception, so the Lobos, they were on offense most of the game. When the game, as we picked it up right here, they had the ball in the second quarter, but we're still 0-0. And the Monarchs, Brandon, their defense is what kept the Lobos out of the end zone numerous times in that game last week.
Oh, yeah, on both possessions, the Lobos were able to drop the ball downfield, but the secondary really stepped up with a couple of huge plays, 2 in the end zone to deny scores. Berryman back to throw, steps up, goes up top, looking, and that ball is going to be incomplete.
Good defense.
Coverage there by Reese Allen.
Number 1, Reese Allen.
Good defense.
With the play. Good stop there. Will make it third down and 10. Gotta be smart on third down to keep an eye on McGee.
Yeah, he was watching the receiver, and just the perfect time he turned around and went for the ball. So that was excellent coverage. There was no pass interference, and the referee was right there to agree.
Also looking at the Lobos bench, they've got another quarterback warming up. Looks like number 10, Brandon Fuller, could possibly see some time at some point. 4 wide receivers set out of the shotgun for the Lobos. Perryman back, steps up, throws. Ball is going to be caught, first down and more. Might have a little more than that as the reception is made by number 1, Sean Lanier with the reception. And again, the Monarchs unable to get off the field on 3rd down.
That's true, and the receiver for the Lobos coming out of the backfield just found himself a spot, settled in. Quarterback saw him, hit him with a strike, and the defense for the Monarchs that particular time, they were looking downfield, so they were fooled on that play.
Catch and run results in a gain of 21, and the Monarchs now facing a Lobos offense that is inside the red zone for the 2nd time in this contest. Behrman again is shotgun. Flags are down. Looks like someone jumped early.
The first flag of the game.
Wait and see what
legal procedure.
Will be a procedure call that will take the Lobos back 5 yards. So with 3 minutes 41 seconds to go in the first half, it's now a 1st and 15.
Well, Brandon, you and I have been doing this, 11 years? This is the first time I think you and I have ever started a ball game with about, 9 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter?
Exactly.
This is a first for us.
An 8-day delay.
Yep.
But glad to be here, as always, here on Coug Sports Net.
This is the title game between the Lobos and the Galveston County Monarchs. The Monarchs comprise of many, many schools there in Galveston County, a lot of premier players over the years. Lamarck, Texas City, Galveston Ball, Hitchcock, Santa Fe.
3 wide set on 1st down. Merriman loses
Ball's on the ground,
and he's going to be knocked down. They're going to lose even more yardage on that play as number 24, Terrence Blaine, on the stop. You're saying, Mike, a lot of talent just from across the area. The schools that you mentioned got representatives from Clear Creek, Dickinson.
Yeah, I left those 2 out. We can't definitely can't leave out any schools from Galveston County because you've got very good ball players. And you mentioned there's some scouts from 3 colleges here tonight.
Correct. Texas Southern University, the University of Houston, and TCU all out here scouting talent tonight. And for a host of these ball players, it's an opportunity to get a look and perhaps get a walk-on at some point in the near future.
At the gate.
So another loss of 5 makes it 2nd down and 20 as we approach the 2-minute warning. Should be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Just got it off. Behrman back, steps up, throws. Ball is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Reese Allen. And again, the Monarchs secondary steps up huge on a big play by Reese Allen. 1 minute, 52 seconds to go in the first half. We'll see what this Monarchs offense can do here. Coug Sports Net will be right back. The Monarchs with the offense after the interception by Reese Allen. They will start at their own 15-yard line. As Wells and Robson in the backfield handoff is going to be Wells, and Wells tries to turn the corner and is stopped, and the ball popped loose, and it's going to be a touchdown. Number 50 for the Lobos with the fumble recovery, and that's Demetrius Travis. A 17-yard fumble return and a second turnover of the night. Second turnover of this contest, I should say. Sean Wells fighting for extra yardage. Ball popped loose and right into the waiting arms. Again, up number 50, Demetrius Travis, who walks in. So at 1:43 to go in the first half, it's the Lobos scoring first.
Well, all I can say is that the Galveston County Monarchs, their first possession in each one of these particular games, 2 starts of this game, their first play from scrimmage, have not started off very well at all.
Interception last Saturday night, now this turnover. Snap, the whole kick is up, and the kick is good. Field the extra point made by Ramsey Cervalos. So at 1:43 to go in the first half, it's a defensive touchdown that opens the scoring. It's Houston 7, Galveston County nothing. Coug Sports Net will be right back. And Billingsley back deep for the Monarchs as Cervalos is set to kick off at 1:43 to go here in the first half. It's a kick high and will take a nice bounce that will go out of the end zone as the Monarchs will start the drive at the 20-yard line. Again, with 1:43 to go, and you've got to get the offense loosened up. And like you mentioned during the break, might be a little bit of adrenaline going into this, still flowing right now. But right now, with 1:43 to go, you want to try to get the offense some kind of momentum. They do get the ball first to start the second half, but you do want to try to get something going.
Yeah, you got to be able to just settle down and just pick up some first downs, start getting your offense some type of a rhythm. I know that these guys wanted it. They were expecting to finish a game last weekend. Now, like you mentioned earlier, it's 8 days later. Pick up the game at the beginning of the second quarter. They want to do something in a hurry. Well, they might just need to settle down and know that they've got plenty of ball game to be able to win this thing.
DeMarcus Crawford is your quarterback at number 4, and handoff is going to be to Wells, and Wells will get about 3, maybe 4 on that play. And as they're trying to clear the pile, it looks like we've got another man down. Looks like a Lobo is down. We'll take the break with 1:28 to go in the first half. Coug Sports Net will be right back. After the injury, the player was able to walk off on his own power. Now it's a second and 8 coming up. Crawford hands it off to Wells. Wells tries to turn the corner, breaks a tackle to around the 25 and got enough for the first down. So that's exactly what you need to try to build some momentum. 8-yard gain for Wells, who had a 100-yard gain here earlier in the season.
Yeah, Wells is one of those kind of backs. You've got to wrap him up, because if you just try to arm tackle him, he's going to keep those wheels rolling and going to do exactly what he just did.
Crawford back, steps up, has pressure, flag is down, and he's just going to throw this up and incomplete. Looking in the direction of number 84, Jamel Scranton, but flags were down long before that play developed.
And you hate to say it, but normally that's in the area of holding. Oh, what do we got? A slap to the face. That's 15 plus an automatic, I would think. Is that a 15-yard personal?
Yes, it will be. It will be an automatic first down. So,
they're just giving a 5-yard variety, but
automatic
still
first down.
Yep.
So at 46 seconds to go here in the first half, Monarchs trying to build a little momentum here offensively. They've committed 2 turnovers, 1 leading to the touchdown by Travis, which has given us the 7-0 score that we have right now. Personnel changes for the Lobos as player runs off the field. Crawford back, pump fakes, throws in underneath, looking in the direction of Wells, but good coverage there. Number 35 there on the stop. That was number 35, Charles Murphy, there on the stop. So 2nd and 10. We'll stop the clock with 42 seconds remaining. We'll add some receivers into the fray. Terrell Harper, number 17, coming into the game. Adrian Rodriguez, number 19, coming in. Scranton is separated by himself to the near side. Crawford back, steps up, looks like he tries to run, steps up, throws, ball downfield. The ball is caught by Scranton, and Scranton still on his feet inside the 35.
Get out of bounds.
Got out of bounds and around the 30. So a good catch by Scranton, who is slow to get up. He took a wicked shot.
Yeah, he was up in the air and got twisted around when he got hit.
We'll go ahead and take a break right now. Bodies are flying left and right here, guys. 28 seconds to go in the first half. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Jamel Scranton able to walk off the field under his own power. Definitely good news, but a great reception and run by Scranton put the Monarchs in great field position at the 29-yard line of the Lobos with 28 seconds left. They do have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, so they've got an opportunity to be creative and an opportunity to put some points on the board.
Going back to Scranton right quick, he might be one of the young men these scouts are taking a look at, do you think, in this game, Brandon?
He is one of the guys that they're certainly looking at. He does have size. He's got the speed. He's got the opportunity. Hopefully he gets a chance to come back in. Crawford now at a 4 wide receiver set. They throw 3 wide to the far side. Wells now moves over to the near in the backfield with Crawford. And it'll be Crawford back. Steps up, looks, throws underneath, and Harper drops it. Terrell Harper open, looked upfield a bit too early and put the ball on the ground.
Doggone it. Terrell had a drop in the previous game that started this game last week. And he looked at his hands again and says, son of a gun, the heck's up here. He'll get it in gear, though, Brandon. You watch.
There's no question he will. 2nd down and 10 at the 30-yard line. 23 seconds left. Again, they'll go with their 4 wide set, 3 to the far. Crawford back, takes off, has room. 20-yard line, and he'll step out of bounds wisely. So Crawford with a gain of 12 and stops the clock with 15 seconds left.
Wise decision. He stepped up in the pocket, looked at his receivers were covered, so he did the next best thing, and that was picking up first down, and more importantly, stepping out of bounds and stopping the clock with 15 seconds, as you mentioned.
So after missing a couple of plays, Jamel Scranton is back into the contest.
That's good.
Very good news, as he's going to line up to the near side. 15 seconds left again, 3 wides to the far side. It's going to be a draw play to Wells, and Wells has room, and will be stopped down around the 11-yard line. They'll use their last timeout with 7 seconds remaining. So it'll be interesting to see as to whether or not this is enough of a field goal attempt, range for a field goal attempt for every Jolivet, or do you take 2 stabs at the end zone?
I think you need to try to take a quick stab at the end zone. See if you got maybe somebody streaking down the sideline. I don't know if you want to risk a crossing pattern in case he gets tackled in the play of field. Field of play. Let me say my words right here. But it'll be interesting to see what the offense coordinator for the Monarchs calls.
So 7 seconds left. That defensive timeout. We'll go ahead and take the break with them. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 8 seconds as they added an extra second on the clock. So if you're looking to throw a fade route, you've got good size in Harper, who's lined up to the far side as part of that 3 wide set. And you've got Scranton that will probably draw one-on-one coverage here. Crawford back. Steps up as a man open. Complete. Put a little too much on it because Scranton was open.
That was the play.
Took the jump on number 11, Aaron Johnson, was wide open, but Crawford just put a little too much on that one. So they will go and attempt with 4 seconds left. They'll try to reach the end zone here.
We'll try to talk to him at halftime too and get his.
See if you can see something similar to that.
Let's see if we can set him up with a mic here in the second half.
3rd down, 3 yards to go at the 11-yard line, 4 seconds left. So barring a defensive penalty, this will be the last play at the first half. Lobos 4-man rush. Crawford throws incomplete. Underthrew the intended receiver, Philip Purvis. So the offense moved the ball, just was not able to get in the end zone. But this abbreviated first half comes to an end, Mike, with the score 7-0. Lobos leading the Monarchs, who are definitely still in it. Enjoy the halftime, everybody. We'll be right back. Lockwood here at the Rig in Pearland as we start the second half. This is up this DTFA football championship. 7-0 the score as the Houston Lobos using a defensive touchdown late in the first half to account for the game's only score. Back deep for the Monarchs, Darian Batiste. Sean Wells, and it'll be Batiste at the 30, and it'll be tripped up at around the 35-yard line. Took the one hopper. And the Monarchs will have the ball at the 36-yard line.
You know, and the Monarchs, they did move that ball pretty good, Brandon. They had they had the help of maybe 1 or 2 penalties, I'm not sure, but there was a good pass to Scranton. He got hurt on the play, but moved the ball downfield, and then he just was inches away from bringing in a touchdown pass with 8 seconds left in that half.
So hopefully it's a case where they are able to continue moving the football, as number 4, DeMarcus Crawford, will lead the offense Sean Wells in the backfield with him.
Here comes the Galveston County.
They'll go to 2 tight end set here, as you've got Harper and Scranton lined up outside. And a handoff's going to be to Wells. We'll try to find a hole, and he will get to the line of scrimmage. And that's about it as the Lobos defense clamped down on that play. Host of defenders on that play, number 8, leading the way, Robert Young, along with big number 99, and you certainly can't miss him out there, Joseph Edmond.
We'll get some of those offensive linemen, Brandon, for the Monarchs here in just a bit.
2nd down and 9. We'll say officially a gain of 1. So 2nd and 9, Crawford in the backfield. Out of shotgun, and they'll hand it off to Wells. Wells tries to cut back, and he will be stopped. Maybe gets a yard, if that. Take a quick look at that offensive line. Number 75, Mark Music.
99.
Number 99, Lester Moore.
91.
91, that's going to be Cody Johnson.
44.
44, that will be Charles Patio.
Number 40.
Number 40, Brian Lewis, comprising your offensive line for the Monarchs.
Number 17 here, the near side is Terrell
Harper.
Number 11
Number 11, that's going to be Rodney Billingsley, lined up in a slot to the near side.
Scranton on the far.
Scranton on the far, so 3rd down and 8. Obvious passing situation for the Monarchs, but keep in mind, Crawford is mobile enough to make something happen, and he's going to try to run the ball, and is going to be stopped. They set on that one perfectly, and will stuff him after a gain of about a yard. So 4th down coming up. Young again on the tackle for the Lobos. Also in there, number 50, Demetrius Travison. He's the guy who recovered the fumble and went from 17 yards out to account for the game's only score thus far.
Now, Brandon Robinson, I think, was the designated punter in the last week when this game started, and then got, as we mentioned, stalled because of lightning. I don't see Brandon Robinson in the backfield there, or do we?
No, it looks like they'll go. More than likely, you'll probably see a bit of a quick kick here. 4th and 6 as they spotted at the 39-yard line. So now they'll move the return specialist up and a flag down. So it looks like a layup game that will push the Monarchs back another 5 yards, so make it 4th down and 11. Back deep for the Lobos is number 35, and that is going to be, I'll pull up his name real quick. That's going to be Charles Murphy. Murphy is going to line up around his own 27-yard line, and it'll be Crawford with the quick kick.
Nice punt right here.
Nice punt that will take Murphy back to around his 25 to the 30, 35, 40, 45. Ran into his own defender, but still on his feet at midfield. Cuts back. A host of flags comes down. Entertaining to say the least, but this will be pushed back a bit.
Yeah, he came to an abrupt stop running into his own player there, bounced off of him and tried to make a lateral move over here, but then he was met up with the defenders for the Monarchs. I think we might have a block in the back against the Lobos, Brandon.
That will take away what would have been a 26-yard return. So we'll also see who comes in at quarterback for the Lobos to start the second half. Remember, if you're just joining us, starting quarterback number 7, Edward Johnson, took a wicked hit from number 43 up the Monarchs, Byron Wells, very early.
As he was getting ready, he was dropping back to throw, and just as his arm was moving forward, that's when they put the hit on him. So he came up holding his arm, dragging his arm down. So that's not a good sign, Brandon.
Not a good sign at all. Looks like he is heading toward the hospital at halftime. Number 3, that is going to be Quentin Berryman, who is the replacement for Johnson, and it's going to be a hand up to McGee, and McGee breaks a couple of tackles and gets to around the 41-yard line. So big number 44, Byron McGee, with the carry, will get the ball to around the 41-yard line. So it's a gain of about 4. So make it 2nd down and 6. 11:37 to go here in the third quarter. Still a 7-0 game. And as good as this Monarchs defense has been all season, just one play from them could really swing the momentum back and give the offense an opportunity to get on the board.
Yeah, they definitely need to be able to return the favor and force the hand of the Lobos by the Monarchs forcing a turnover.
So 2nd down and 5. Still officially give them a gain of 5 on that play. 2-man set, that ball pop loose. Berryman trying to get the football. Still loose. Still on the ground, and it's picked up by the Lobo.
And there you go. There you go. There you go.
Right on cue. And the man picking it up looks like number 54, Maverick Atgate.
That was almost a hot potato type ball right there, Brandon. It bounced in and out of hands a couple of times of the Monarchs. Then it went to the Lobos, then it went back to the Monarchs.
That ball rocketed past Berryman. And suddenly, the Monarchs have a 1st and goal at the 9-yard line with 10:57 to go. A golden opportunity for the Monarchs to tie this game up.
Yeah, they definitely got to put it in here.
You got to come out here with points, Mike.
You have to come out here with points. You got to be able to wash away that turnover that happened against the Monarchs right here.
Again, they go at a 2-back set, a 2 tight end set with Harper and Scranton lined up. Outside, Lobo show blitz. It'll be a hand up to Wells. Wells has room. Churning inside to around the 1-yard line.
Boy, he doesn't want to be denied. That was a very aggressive run on his part. Just bounced just about a half of a yard short of the goal line.
Bouncing around, a gain of 8 on that play.
All right, front offensive line. Let's bulldog your way into the end zone, guys.
Now we'll see Crawford under center. 2nd and goal from the 1. Calls his number. Does he get in? Yes!
There you go. All right,
Cash
give me 5.
As the defense sets up the offense with great field position, and DeMarcus Crawford makes sure that the Monarchs cash in big time.
Now, I saw Everett Jolivet, the owner, general manager of the Monarchs, practicing extra points before the game. Looks like we might go for 2 here, though, Brandon.
It looks like they will go for 2, as Everett is on the sidelines right now. 7-6 is the score.
Quarterback discussing it with his tight end over here. Might be looking at a sweep possibly around this left side. We'll see, though.
Wells in the backfield with Crawford out of shotgun. High snap, Crawford back, steps, throws. Ball incomplete! In and out of the hands of the tight end. As the Monarchs, they score, but they still fall a point short. Nonetheless, it's 10:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. Monarchs back on the board for the first time tonight. It's 7-6. Houston leading Galveston County. Kook Sports Net. We'll be right back. Vet set to kick off as the Monarchs needed just 2 plays to go 9 yards. With DeMarcus Crawford plunging in from a yard out, they missed the conversion. So it remains a 7-6 lead. Nice kick. That's going to take a bounce that Murphy will field it around the 2. Goes to the 10, 15, 20, and that is where he'll be stopped. Darian Batiste with the tackle. Lost the helmet in the process, but made the stop. So right now, you'd have to think, with 10:16 to go here in the 3rd quarter, momentum swinging a little bit in the direction of the Monarchs.
Yeah, and if I was the Monarchs defense, I would take that momentum that they had, that elevated adrenaline, that high that they got right now, and continue to put pressure, maybe force a 3 and out right here, Brandon.
Oh, certainly.
Get some good field position out of this.
And as we've seen over this season, this Monarchs defense is the type that feeds off of momentum. All they really need is just an opportunity to smell blood in the water and run from there.
The wind is blowing into the face of the Lobos.
1st and 10, Berryman in shotgun. Waste the snap. Flag down. So that is going to stop that play.
Either we've got an encroachment or we've got a false start.
Looks
it is false start.
Be a false start. So.
See, and that was that aggressive move that the lineman came up to the line and forced that lineman to jump. Let's get some of those defenders also for the Monarchs.
Certainly, number 54, Maverick Edgate, the guy recovered the fumble.
55.
Number 55. Don't have a 55 on him. We'll try to get
56. Sorry about that.
That's Adrian Journet.
42.
Number 42, Arthur Bledsoe. 43, Brian Wells.
Number 59, 59.
59. Do not have a 59.
29, I think. Yeah.
29, that's Alvin Sorrell.
43.
43, that's Byron Wells. We'll get the rest of these guys up on us. 1st and 15. Ball spot at the 15-yard line. Berryman tries to go with the quarterback draw. Has room. Gets to past the 20 to around the 23, 24-yard line. So a gain of around 9 on that play. Darian Batiste with the tackle, number 5. Take a look at some of the guys in the secondary. Number 21, Joseph McDonald.
24.
Number 24, Terrence Blaine. Number 25, Wayne Johnson Jr.
Number 5.
Number 5, Darian Batiste.
They are the reigning champions of the DTFA.
And number 18, Whitney Clark.
Yeah, the Lobos saw something on that left side. Evidently, the Monarchs were being very aggressive on that left side. He just shot right past the lineman, and the linebackers coming up to the line. And like you said, 9-yard gain.
Second down. Berryman. Quentin Berryman, your quarterback. And shotgun set has 4 wide, 2 receivers to either side. Takes the snap, drops back, steps up, goes up top, flat down, and that ball is going to be incomplete. Flat down as Berryman threw, and it looks like it might be either a hold or a hands to the face. Incomplete pass.
Well thrown ball, but also even better, well played defense.
That ball hung up there dangerously for a few moments as he threw into the wind. We'll wait and see what the call is going to be.
It's against the Lobos, and the referee is giving the Monarchs the option of declining or taking the penalty.
Looks like they're going to decline. Oh, hands to the face.
Oh,
no. Illegal hands to the face, and that's going to be an automatic first down.
Oh, I don't know why he was signaling to the Monarchs was do you want to decline or not?
So a 5-yard penalty, but most important, it gives the Lobos a new set of downs here.
That's twice in this ball game, one for each team.
As we approach the 9-minute mark here in the third quarter, still a 7-6 game. Yes, the Lobos have the ball now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Turn that into an automatic first down. It would have been a 3rd and long.
McGee in the backfield with Berryman. Berryman waits the snap, drops back, has pressure, steps up, goes along, ball wobbling up in the air, and it is almost intercepted.
Number 11.
In and out of the hands of Rodney Billingsley.
Ball did float up there again a little bit, Brandon, because of that wind, I do believe.
Dangerous passes being thrown by Berryman as the wind just starting to suck those passes up in the air.
Lobos are trying to air it out here, Brandon.
Yeah, they're certainly being aggressive. They're certainly not going against their game plan. But right now, for the most part, it looks as if the Monarchs secondary has been up to the task and then some.
Yeah, they have. In last week, in that first full quarter plus, they did the same thing. There was one pass, I believe, that they got flagged on pass interference, but ever since then, they've been lights out.
It was Marcus Nelson, number 32. He's lined up to the far side at one corner spot, who was key in that first quarter. Berryman back to throw. Ball is caught, and that ball is going to be caught by Murphy. Tackle made by both the number 43, Wells, and number 11, Billingsley.
About a 7-yard gain.
We'll get the ball to around the 35. We'll see where they're spotted at. Looks like they'll spot it at the 36-yard line. If so, it will be 2 yards short of the first down. 7:21 to go, 3rd and 2 coming up.
Nice crossing pattern on that. It was well defended, but the ball was thrown where it needed to be.
So Billingsley is able to stay in the pocket, able to find Murphy. That was Murphy's second catch of the afternoon.
Monarchs need to stop them here if they want to get some kind of a good field position out there.
Momentum boost if they can make the stop here, Mike. No question about it. Again, they'll go in shotgun. McGahee is the backfield with Berryman. Again, they'll throw 4 wide receivers. Keep an eye on Murphy. He's lined up in the slot to the near side. Flags are down. And we'll see if this is going to go. It will be a legal procedure. So that is going to turn what would have been a very favorable third down situation to one in which the Lobos are going to have to be a little more creative here on a 3rd and 7.
Now, if they go with that, they've gone down the field numerous times, but they had success with that crossing pattern. If I was the linebackers for the Monarchs, I'd be watching for that.
Also, keep an eye on the draw play, as they've had success earlier in the contest with draw plays on 3rd down. So opportunity right now for Berryman to try to see if he can continue to drive for the Lobos. 6:13 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Bunch formation here with McGee in the backfield. Pressure coming, and Berryman is popped again. Again, that pressure from the Monarchs really stepping up here, as it was number 21, Joseph McDonald, coming in off the safety blitz.
And he had a heck of a pocket, but they collapsed it in a hurry, Brandon.
Nice stop by the Monarchs. Again, dialing up that defense for the Monarchs, as Darian Baptiste is lined up around his own 37-yard line to receive the punt. Don't look for the fake. And that ball
straight up
is just a wounded duck that takes something of a bounce as the ball dies at around the 49-yard line. A 13-yard punt, and about 9 of that probably came on the bounce. So again, the Monarchs are in great field position here with 5:17 to go here in the 3rd quarter, with an opportunity to take the lead for the first time this evening.
And the Monarchs did the wise thing on that ball that went straight up in there. They actually got out of the way, because you have no idea which way it's going to bounce. Without you being able to do a clean field, bring it in your hands, best thing to do is get out of the way and just watch it do what it needs to do.
Exactly. You knew you were going to get good field position out of it anyway. So now Crawford and the offense with an opportunity to take control of this contest. Again, they go with the ace set with 2 tight ends, and now stoppage of play, and it's going to be a timeout called by the Lobos. We'll take it with them. 5:17 to go, 3rd quarter, 7-6. Monarchs trailing the Lobos. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 15 to go, first time out of the 2nd half by the Lobos, as the Monarchs will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line, trailing 7-6. Wells in the backfield with Crawford out of shotgun. It'll be Wells with the carry. Gets past midfield, has room, spinning past the 40, inside the 40 to around the 35-yard line. So Sean Wells picking up big time yardage on that one, as the offensive line blew up in a nice hole for him to run through.
Hurry up offense here, it looks like.
There it is. You're right. They start moving personnel in and out.
We need a good offensive score right here on this drive, Brandon.
14-yard gain on the previous play, and it'll be Crawford. They'll be stopped. Did not fool anyone on that one, as number 42 for the Lobos in there on the stop, Christopher Elam, as they lose yardage on that one. Loses 2 on that play, so 2nd and 12 now with 4:24 to go.
Yeah, the 2 defenders they came unabated. They didn't have anyone blocking the ball. He didn't have a chance at all to even make it to the line of scrimmage.
Purvis lines up as a wide receiver to the far side. They'll put Scranton in a slot
And the Galveston County Monarchs.
to the near side as well. Harper is your sole receiver to the far side, and there'll be a handoff to Wells, and Wells cuts back past the 35 to around the 33, so he'll pick up 5 on that carry, so make it 3rd down and 7 at the 3-minute 45-second mark of the 3rd quarter.
Oh, and this quarter's moving by fast.
It has.
3rd down, sitting about 6 yards.
3rd down, 7. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line. See whether or not Crawford goes up top. They'll show blitz as Wells cuts back, has room, cuts it back in, still spinning to around the 26-yard line, and that's enough for a 1st down.
Boy, I think he wanted a face mask on that play.
He should have got the face mask.
Boy, that's going to be real close, Brandon.
They're saying first
he
down,
did.
move
Okay.
the chains.
Boy, that was real close, but he knew he had the first down, though.
So right now it is the Monarchs gathering momentum here behind the running of Sean Wells, and that offensive line doing an excellent job here on this drive to keep the Monarchs pushing closer and closer to a go-ahead score. Again, they'll go at the next set. 2:39 to go here in the third quarter. And it'll be Crawford, hands it to Wells. Wells, legs churning, he'll get it past the 25, maybe to around the 24-yard line. So it's probably a gain of about 2. Stopped by a pile of Lobos. Number 55 being the lead player, Aaron Kingsbury, there on the stop.
Monarchs content to continue to go with the ground game. Not sure if they're trying to set up the pass, but this defense is starting to creep up, Brandon, putting 7 or 8 men in the box.
Might be a good time to get some play action in there, especially if you've got one-on-one matchups. Again, you look at how tight the box is right now. Again, they show blitz. It'll be a hand up to Wells. Wells cuts back, and right now,
I think you're going to the well too much.
It's too often. As number 50, Demetrius Travis, there on the stop. So with 1:30 to go, it's now a 3rd down and 7 situation. Actually, 3rd down and 11 situation facing the Monarchs as we approach the 1-minute mark of the third quarter.
Definitely 2-down territory, though, Brandon.
Yeah, you have to put the ball in the air at some point because right now the Lobos are sitting on the run. You've been effective with the ground game. Now might be a good time to try to stretch the offense out a little bit here. Crawford awaits the snap out of shotgun, drops back, steps, pump fakes, ruin the run, cuts back, and it's going to be stopped. He tried the quarterback drawing for no one. Young there on the stop. Number 42 also in there with the stop, Christopher Elam. So a 4th down coming up, and what looked like a promising drive for the Monarchs is now a 4th down and 15. Don't think that Everett Olivet's got the range for a 47-yarder.
He had a man open down here in the lower left flat, Brandon. He was looking up the field and over to his right and missed the open receiver over here.
Looked like he tried to commit to a run a bit too early. 14 seconds to go in the third quarter. They'll take a timeout, and it'll be the Monarchs with their first timeout. We'll take it with them. They trail 7-6 in this championship game. Kook Sports Net will be right back. 4th and 14 coming up here for the Monarchs as the ball spotted at the 30-yard line. DeMarcus Crawford in at quarterback.
I'm thinking they might go with Scranton, possibly streaking down the sideline.
3 wide receivers over to the near side.
Got to maintain protection, though.
And that is going to push them back even farther. As an illegal procedure call is going to go against the Monarchs. And right now, that drop looks so promising. But right now it has pushed them back, so 4th down and 19. At this point, you might want to consider a pooch punt as well as the defense has played here in the second half.
That would definitely catch the defense for the Lobos off guard and most people in the stadium.
Interesting to see how they play this one out. Crawford back, they will go. Steps up, throws, has a man streaking, incomplete! Rodney Billingsley was there and just missed. Had a step behind the defender, everything perfect. The ball just about a foot or so overthrown.
Yeah, that was the play. That it was called correctly. Just a little bit too much mustard on that ball.
So the defense of the Lobos steps up and will force a turnover on downs. They'll get the ball back with 7 seconds to go here in the third quarter. There are a lot of people on social media this week talking about the fact that the Lobos will win this thing by 21. The way this game is going, we might not get 21 total points.
I agree. Well, so far it's been a game of inches for the Monarchs of having 2 scores that were just missed out of the hands of the outstretched hands of the receivers.
Berryman in shotgun and loses the ball again. Berryman trying to pick it up, and he's going to be slammed down for a huge loss. Alvin Sorrell is going to get credit for the tackle. And the third quarter is going to end with the Lobos going extremely backwards and the Monarchs with an opportunity to get some momentum. Let's get those fours up for Galveston County. 15 minutes remain for this championship game, and it's anyone's contest after 3 quarters of play. It is the Houston Lobos 7, the Galveston County Monarchs 6. Buckle up, we've got a wild final 15 minutes underway. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Quarter, Brandon Williams, Mike Lockwood here with you at the rig in Pearland. Monarchs trailing the Houston Lobos 7-6, and it's the Lobos with the ball to start the fourth quarter, yet they face a second down and 26 at their own 19-yard line.
Interception be great right now.
4 wide receivers available for Perryman, and it'll be a handoff to McGee, and McGee breaks a couple of tackles before he is finally thrown down. Darian Batiste, no, actually Joseph McDonald with the tackle. So McGee bounced off a couple of defenders before McDonald, the veteran, comes in with the stop.
We got t-shirts and everything out there on sale. Make sure you go get it.
First play of the fourth quarter, gain of 1. So third down 25 coming up.
The 2 wants it better, wants it more, Brandon.
It
down to the
comes down
final
to willpower,
That's
no
right.
question.
Final quarter of the season. Winner takes all, gets the title.
Berryman in shotgun. Again with 4 wide. Drops back. Has pressure. Goes up top. Ball is taught and intercepted. You called it right.
Number 11.
Number 11, Rodney Billingsley, who just missed the touchdown on the previous offensive series, gets the deflection off the hands of Murphy, and the Monarchs with their 3rd turnover of the night. Flags are down, but it looks like it will be refused. It was an offensive penalty. Definitely will be refused by the Monarchs, and they're going to have good field position. They'll spot it at, looks like, at the 35-yard line with 13:58 here in the fourth quarter.
All right, you need to pick up some first downs, establish some type of a momentum going here off of this turnover, Brandon. It's very important for the Monarchs to make a score right here because you cannot pass up golden opportunities like what just presented to you.
Ball spotted at the 36-yard line with 13 minutes, 58 seconds to go. A 1-point game. The winner gets the Dynamic Texas Football Association Championship. And right now the Monarchs with the Marcus Crawford at quarterback with the chance to take the lead for the first time this afternoon. There'll be a handoff out to Wells, who will turn the corner, gets a seal block, has room, turning inside the 20-yard line. Give credit to number 17, Terrell Harper, and number 14.
Had the seal block over here.
No, perfect seal block that allowed Wells to turn the corner. A gain of 16 for Sean Wells.
Monarchs are feeling it, Brandon. They're feeling it.
The momentum is certainly in favor of them, but you got to get the ball in. 20 yards separate them, and a go-ahead touchdown in this championship game. Crawford with the snap, hands it to Wells. Wells with room inside the 15, batters his way close to the 10-yard line.
Running
so
with a purpose.
Around 9 for Sean Wells, and he is running with serious intent right now. And a timeout.
doing a little bit of the Houston Rockets stirring the stick there.
A timeout. It looks like it's going to be to the Monarchs, and if that's the case, it's their second timeout. We'll take it with them with 13:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. Monarchs driving as they trail 7-6 here against the Lobos. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Second down and 1 at the 11-yard line up the Lobos, as Sean Wells has had 2 dominant carries here on this drive, and a flag down.
2 illegal participation.
Illegal participation penalty, and that is the kind of thing you do not want.
Man, coming off of a timeout like that and coming out with the wrong formation in the players, that's a tough one there, Brandon, particularly when you had the ball up there, second down and only 1 yard to go.
Can't keep hurting yourselves like that. Still 2nd and 6. It's certainly 4-down territory. Got to rub that one off and
keep Ms. Mo going.
Right now, Crawford is going to go under center for only the 2nd time tonight. Lots of movement, and it looks as if the Monarchs might have gotten those 5 yards back. Lots of finger pointing, but it'll only be decided by the officials.
Well, we'll see if the offensive line jumped or if the defender came over the line, and he actually made the initial contact.
I'll see what the call is going to be, and it
offsides.
is going to be offsides against the defense.
All right, now it is 2nd down and 1 again.
So you get that yard back, get those 5 yards back.
Good cadence.
This is going to be an offsides on the defense.
So DeMarcus Crawford will get the offense a 2nd and 1 again. 13 minutes, 15 seconds still on the clock.
Man, they got to buckle down and play some D, man.
Right now, the Monarchs with an opportunity to take their first lead of the night. 2 tight end set. Purvis and Harper are your receivers, and it's going to be Wells. And Wells looks like the forward progress will be enough for a first down. Just depends on the spot.
Yeah, he's got it. Not by much, but he does have a first down.
And indeed, you can move the chains.
Well,
you should have it. That should be a first down. Yep, it is.
Okay.
It is. It'll just
no,
it's a first.
Okay.
As they're going to have the chain gang drop their
so we got 1st and goal right there.
1st and goal with 12:40 to go. Only 9 yards separating the Monarchs, from an opportunity to take their first lead up the afternoon.
Now, do you start off this drive with a pass?
That would not be a bad idea. Some kind of a rollout to try to throw them off. Rollout. Actually, back in the pocket. Crawford running. Has time. Looking. Will step. Zip. Throws. And is it caught? Yes! Touchdown! 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 That is a score, and if it holds up, it's the first lead of the night for the Monarchs.
What's the question here?
They're saying the ball bounced. They're saying
there we
touchdown.
go. He signaled touchdown. There we go.
The Lobos are screaming up and down saying that the ball was not caught and that perhaps it might have been caught on the bounce, but the officials all in unison saying touchdown. So with 12 minutes, 10 seconds left here in regulation, it is a 12-7 game and a big conversion play coming up here because if you can punch it in, it's a 7-point game. Crawford and Wells in the backfield, and you've got Scranton going in motion. Crawford gives it to Wells, and Wells is going to be close. Did he get in? No confirmation as of yet. He got close. He got awfully close.
Hey,
yes! He got it.
Give me 5.
He got it, and Sean Wells would not be denied on this drive, guys.
No, he was the catalyst for this drive, Brandon.
12 minutes, 10 seconds to go. The Lobos committing their 3rd turnover of the night. Swing the door wide open for the Monarchs, who march at 36 yards. The final 9 coming off the arm of DeMarcus Crawford. It's 14-7. Can the defense hold? Coug Sports Net will be right back.
All right.
14-7 to score. The Monarchs leading. They get the ball at midfield to kick off as a personal foul penalty was assessed against the Lobos.
Yeah, because normally you kick off at the 35, so the 15-yarder had to have been a personal.
Murphy is back deep. He's the deep man for the Lobos as he stands at around his own 6-yard line. Be interesting to see as to whether or not they'll try to kick it out in the end zone or attempt the squib, as Everett Olivet will do the kicking, and he will go with the squib. It's going to take a bit of a bounce, and it'll be picked up at around the 7-yard line, to the 10, to the 15, and he is going to be stopped at around the 17-yard line, finally dragged down. Number 15, Deshaun Sophus.
Defense are working in unison there.
And a late flag coming in.
Is that illegal celebration?
Don't know what it is, but the flags are flying.
You can't go after what you did last week. You gotta go out.
And you've got to hope that it isn't against the Monarchs, because that would just really snatch some of the momentum away from Galveston County.
Galveston County's defense has pitched a shutout this entire ball game, Brandon. The 7 points that the Lobos have was on a defensive score.
It was upsets yesterday.
Yep, indeed. 1:43 to go in the first half was Demetrius Travis recovering a fumble for the Lobos and went 17 yards for a score. But beyond that, the scoreboard has not moved as the Monarchs playing championship caliber defense here. Officials gather it up. There was a couple of late flags that were thrown. So we'll see what the problem is going to be. Actually, we'll go ahead and take a break and wait for them to decide it. Coug Sports Net will be right back. And it looks like they have figured out what the call is going to be. As again, we saw a couple of late flags fly after the play was over. And it looks like it's going to go against. Perhaps it might be just offsetting penalties.
Talking to the coach here of the Lobos on this sideline. All right, maybe we got a decision here.
Well, it looks like we've got everything sorted out. Head coach Jerry Hornsby.
Ball's coming up, so.
Oh, man.
Are we going to. What the heck?
Illegal procedure.
Against the Monarchs, they're going to
so for
re-kick?
all of that, yep, it looks like you're going to get a re-kick.
Now that's interesting. Why did the flag come out so late? Unless there was a flag to start off the play, and then we had the second flag. That's why the referee was probably pointing both directions, Brandon.
Yep. So we'll get a re-kick here with 11:59 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Now you might want to go ahead and kick it deep and go in the end zone.
Yeah. Definitely want to keep an eye on Murphy. Dangerous return specialist. Definitely want to slow him down.
Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be right back.
Exactly. Legal procedure call is the result after all of this conferencing by the officials.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt there, but I'm still kind of confused of why the late flag that came out after the play was over with. There was a flag that was thrown in right after the fracas between the two players. So evidently, though, after everything's said, it's against the Monarchs. I'd say put a good leg into it, Mr. Albert.
He is set to kick. Actually, he only had 10 men on the field.
Kicking into the wind, as you hear the wind pick up a little bit up here on our mics.
Lane Kahala, number 35, adds in, and it's again a bit of a squibber that is going to go finally out of bounds. And the ball went out of bounds at around the 17-yard line. So the Lobos will get the ball back.
Probably bring it up, what, to the 35?
To the 35. And that is where they will start with 11:59 to go. Defense needs to step up here and continue the pace that they have made throughout this contest. They have forced 3 turnovers and have been able to put pressure on both quarterbacks. They knocked the starting quarterback out, Johnson, very early in the restart of the game. And his replacement, number 3, Quentin Berryman, has not been quite effective. He's fumbled the ball twice, losing 1, and he's thrown a pair of interceptions in the process. So again, more confusion. Ball should be spotted at the 35-yard line. No, it looks like it'll spot at the 30. But finally, the Lobos will get on the field offensively after what seems like an eternity.
Yeah, all over one kickoff.
Yeah. Now, this is one of the more disputed kickoffs of the season. And now it looks like they'll have everything worked out as the ball will be spotted at the 25 now with 11:59 to go. If you are the Monarchs defense, you just simply keep doing what you've been doing, and that is pressuring the quarterback and forcing turnovers.
And the backfield has got to continue their very close good coverage because they've been lights out as far as the receivers catching any passes.
2 backs now in for Berryman. And it's going to be a handoff, and it's not going to fool anybody as number 8, Robert Young, got swarmed. Host of defenders on that play.
Number
42,
40 and, yeah.
Arthur Bledsoe, and number 40, Brian Lewis there on the stop.
You got number 54 also in there.
Number 54 also in there, Maverick Adgate on the stop, and that is a loss of 3 on that play. So 2nd down and 13 with 11:34 to go.
Good way to start off the series as far as the Monarchs defense is concerned.
Carlos Cartinega comes in, number 27 for the Lobos. And it looks like some confusion there before Berryman sets up. Again, with 2 backs in the backfield with him. And it'll be Cartinega, and the flags are flying all over the place. Cartinega gets the ball to around the 26-yard line, and in all likelihood, that play is going to come back.
I'm thinking that's illegal procedure
It
again.
was. It was. You know, Cartinega was struggling, to keep his feet from jumping before the snap. So it looks like he's going to be the guy who will be called. No, actually, a block in the back.
Oh, man.
That's going to hurt even worse.
That should be, what, a 10-yarder?
Yes.
There's going to be an illegal block in the back right there.
So that's going to push them further back.
Bring up an interesting.
We'll see as to whether or not there's going to be a spot foul, or actually they're going to say it's at the original line of scrimmage at the 22. So push that back. We'll see what, I'll say the illegal procedure was wiped out, but the block in the back
is accepted.
So 2 penalties hurting them.
Yeah, I did see the legal procedure, but I didn't see the block. So you naturally will always go with the more flagrant of the fouls.
Yes, and that is going to push the Lobos all the way back to their 12-yard line. So right now that is going to be a 2nd down and 23.
You got a free safety here, Brandon, for the Monarchs. It's almost 20 yards back.
And that's Darian Batiste. Flags flying all over the place. We got a new quarterback in there, Brandon Fuller.
He looks like he's got a little bit of happy feet, Brandon.
He does. And that's going to push them back even further. And right now, this Lobos offense is rattled. And you can just see how well the job the Monarchs defensively have done in just throwing the undefeated and high-powered Lobos off their game. False start pushes them back even further, 5 more yards. So spot the ball now at the 6-yard line. They've got 3rd down and FM 288 to go at this point.
And you got Batiste way back here. He's playing center field, Brandon.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, you know that the Lobos, they know they're not going to be able to do the ground game right here.
McCutcheon, I'm thinking about Andrew McCutcheon in center field, and that's Darian Batiste, who's playing a good center field at around the 25-yard line. Oliver's first pass of the night. Won't get it off. That ball is incomplete as he faced pressure.
He was hit as he threw the ball as well.
And that has really been a theme of the night, as they have been able, Monarchs, have been able to get pressure all night long. And it looked like number 56, Adrian Jornet there on the play. Actually, 99, that's going to be Big Lester Moore.
The defense has only played 3 quarters in this ball game, Brandon, so they should be fresh. In their presence, they are actually starting to impose their will on this offense of the Lobos.
3rd down and 29, and another thing you have to add in there, Mike, is the fact that it's actually cooled off a bit, so the exhaustion factor of being on a hot turf, certainly is not a factor at this point as the sun begins to come down. 3rd down, 29 at the 6-yard line, and that's going to come back as the receiver jumped. Number 1, Sean Lanier.
Yeah, you've got a new quarterback with a new cadence and also his timing with the center. It's thrown off this offensive line as well as the receivers.
And, you've got to think the Lobos have got to be wondering what if they had their ace at quarterback.
That's 20 yards.
7, yep, 20 yards and penalties. And now it's a 3rd down and 32 at the – actually, they're going to spot the ball at the 3-yard line.
If he drops back to pass, he better have good protection because it could be a safety.
He very well has to be very mindful of that. 3rd and long. Oliver back. Scrambles. Tries to get out of the end zone. Ball is wobbled up in the air and it's intercepted. The center fielder, Darian Battisti, wasn't able to hold on. But actually, you know what, Mike? It's actually a good thing because they're going to have to punt.
That was like a long
deep
punt.
in their end zone.
That would have been like a long punt.
Yeah,
You're right.
Batiste catching that ball would have done them a favor. But nonetheless, and again,
we got a flag
another
down.
flag.
Hopefully this is not a personal foul because that'll give it against the defense.
That would be about the only thing that would hurt the Monarchs at this point.
Unsportsmanlike. Oh, no.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
You gave them a break.
Oh, wow.
You gave them a break. You had all the cards stacked in your favor, and what you just done is threw a joker into the mix.
Gave them new life when you had a 4th down and 32 with them forced to punt the ball out of the end zone, and instead an unsportsmanlike conduct is going to give them new life at their own 17-yard line. 8:53 to go. Oliver in at quarterback, 3rd QB of the night for the Lobos. And it'll be a hand up to McGee, and McGee's not going to get much of anything as he is going to be slammed down. A wave up green. Moore in there on the play.
43.
Adgate in there on the play. Wells in there on the play. Lewis in there on the play. The front 4 of the Monarchs swarming into that backfield. And McGee got next to nothing. He actually loses 3 yards.
And the game plan changed dramatically, Brandon, early on when the starting quarterback went out with injury, caused by the defense of the Monarchs putting a horrendous hit on him.
Yeah, Edward Johnson was really the trigger man of the success of the Lobos offense all season long. He went down with the injury, and their offense has really gone south since. Oliver back, has pressure, steps up in the pocket, throws it. That ball is intercepted, picked off by Billingsley, cuts it back inside the 15-yard line.
That should be a flag.
And a second flag afterwards. But nonetheless, the 4th turnover of the night, the 2nd interception of the night by number 11, Rodney Billingsley.
That's his 2nd, isn't it?
Yes, it is. He's got 2 of the 4 turnovers this evening.
Yeah, he stepped right in front of that pass to the intended receiver, played it very well. And then Weisel didn't try to be able to do a lot of Superman stuff and just held on to the ball and went down to the turf out of bounds.
We'll see what the flag was. One was thrown during the return, and then a second one was thrown as he was hit late after he stepped out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So illegal
block in the back
against
gets
the Monarchs
during the run back. Personal foul. That's the late hit. Offset, so the ball, it'll be right there where he went out of bounds. Monarchs got excellent field position and try to put this ball game away right here,
7
Brandon.
minutes, 44 seconds left. You put this thing in the end zone. That's a real knockout. That's a potential knockout blow.
We mentioned it earlier on that the Lobos have not scored in this ball game offensively going back to when this game started last week and there was delayed because of lightning. So the defense for the Monarchs, they talk about championships won by the defense. So far, they are the knockout punch in this ball game.
7:44 to go. You know, this is definitely the defensive stand of the defensive series of the year for the Lobos, because they definitely cannot afford to make this a 2-score game. Wells tries to turn the corner. Still going. Got a big block. A huge block by Philip Purvis. Purvis laid into 2 defenders and allowed Wells to cut in and gain about 2 or 3 extra yards.
And that big number 99 over there, he's getting upset. What in the world hit me? And Mr. Purvis said it was me.
Philip Purvis You knew him as P.J. Purvis when he won a state championship with Lamarck back in 2006 as a defensive back. And he showed a little bit of that defensive prowess there with that huge pop.
That's experience right there. Saw his runner was going to be exposed and came up and delivered a very good block on that outside corner.
Looked like it could have lost about 2 or 3 on that play. Turned out to be just a gain of 1, but it's huge in that it continues the clock and it moved the drive forward. Hand off to Wells, and Wells spins, gets to around the 13-yard line. So a game of about 2, maybe 3.
As the clock continues to roll as well, Brandon.
6:40 remaining.
And the Lobos is starting to look a little worse for wear.
They are. They have been on this defense has been on the field a bit in the second half. And now you're seeing guys on knees, hands on hips.
Getting up slow.
Looks like you're going to get a personnel change right here. So it looks like number 93, Edgar Nunez, coming in.
Now, do you throw it right here with 3rd and 7?
Play action would be a nice play right here. Maybe a slant across the middle, because you know they're going to be locked in on either a run by Wells or a potential quarterback draw by Crawford. Inside 6 minutes to go, and it'll be Crawford. Cuts it back inside the 10, spins close to a first down. He's about a half-yard short. They spot the ball inside the 7-yard line. He's about a half-yard short of the first down.
Good call.
A heck of a call there.
Spin move is what picked up the extra 5 yards, Brandon.
Yes.
Because he was stopped after about a 4-yard gain.
So 4th down and about a half-yard to go with 5:33 remaining.
So it's going to be 4th down right here.
They need about a half a yard to get the first down. And if I'm a betting man, I would run Wells left.
Either that or a quarterback sneak in between the tackles.
Sneak, yeah, would definitely work right there. You don't need much. Lots of movement. And we'll see as to who jumped first.
False start.
Man, start.
False start on the offense. That'll take them back.
Pushes them back
Right here.
to the 11-yard line. Still 4-down territory.
Remaining to go.
So 5 minutes, 10 seconds left as the lights are now on here at the rig.
Come on, Monarchs. You can't let them hang around now.
You got to put pass run option at this point.
You got to go ahead and drive this thing home if you want to win this ball game.
Purvis back into the contest as he returns to the huddle.
Vegas is online, Junior.
This is what it's all about.
4:59 remaining.
A field goal range.
As they will break out of the huddle. Wells in the backfield. They'll go 4 wide receivers now. We'll see how this shakes out. Big play coming up here. Crawford back. Rolls. Looking. Finding someone. Trying to find someone. Steps up. He's just going to throw that one away. Harper was the intended receiver, but he just wisely threw it away. Had a lot of pressure barreling in on him. So the illegal procedure hurts. But now this Lobos offense, which has struggled all game long, needs to go 89 yards in 4 minutes and 34 seconds to at least get within a point.
And I would say that the defense for the Monarchs has actually gotten progressively better and stronger as this game has gotten into this particular phase of the game, Brandon.
And they brought Berryman back in at quarterback. Oliver had the one series and was replaced. So Berryman coming back in.
It's all about right here, Chris.
4:34 to go, 1st and 10, their own 11-yard line. McGahee in the backfield, 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side for the Lobos. We'll start to hear this crowd pumped up now. Berryman back, steps up. That ball was deflected.
It was tipped,
Alvin
yeah.
Sorrell got a hand on it as he threw, as Berryman threw. And again, good pressure there by the Monarchs.
Yeah, they've been able to do that, like I mentioned, in the second half. They have forced the quarterback to make quick decisions.
And again, the fact that the Lobos are down to their 2nd and 3rd string quarterbacks, and normally the high-powered offense of the Lobos, they're certainly missing Edward Johnson, who got knocked out early in the second quarter on a vicious hit. 2nd down and 10, 4 minutes, 29 seconds left. Again, they will go with their 4 wide set. 4-man front for the Monarchs. And they will drop back. Pressure coming. They'll throw the ball up in the air, and the ball is going to be incomplete. The ball hung up forever. Had the intended receiver who was wide open. Number 15, Deshaun Sophus, was wide open and was not able to reel that in. You do not get opportunities like that against a defense like the Monarchs too often.
Oh, I tell you, yeah, because he had about 5 yards of separation. In his defense, the ball was thrown on the wrong side of his shoulder. He had to do a 180 to come around, but a very catchable ball, though, nonetheless, Brandon.
You need that one. 3rd down and 10 now with 4 minutes, 22 seconds left. Teammates trying to console him, trying to get him, get his mind right back into the focus as they take him and get a breather for a moment. Still 3rd and 10 coming up. 4-man rush potentially coming. Back to throw. Berryman throws. Ball is incomplete, and a nice hit by Darian Batiste.
He timed that hit. We got a little.
They got away with one on that one.
Yeah, he did. He did. That could have been a 15-yarder very easily, right in front of the referee.
Royce Denson, lucky that he did not get hit with an unsportsmanlike. So 4th down and 10 coming up with 4:19 to go. You would think that perhaps you punt.
19 to go. Good for the Lobos.
Do you punt the football and have faith in your defense to make one more stop? And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do, as Sean Lanier is the punter. And Lanier does not get much on that punt as it bounces down
get away
around
from
the 25-yard line. A flag was thrown at around the 10, so we'll see what the call is going to be.
We got offsides possibly.
It's either that or an illegal procedure. I think it's going to be the latter. Nonetheless, that's a 14-yard punt. 2 punts for a combined 27 yards for Lanier this afternoon. As we have 4 minutes, 6 seconds remaining here in the game, with the Monarchs leading by a count of 14-7. I'll see what the call is going to be.
Illegal shift.
Illegal shift. And the Monarchs will refuse it. And they're going to get great field, excellent field position here, as they will spot the ball at the 20. Looks like the 27-yard line.
Illegal shift on the offensive line.
All right, just maintain the ball. Just move it.
Actually, it's 22 on the 5 yards.
Maintain the ball and just move the chains, Brandon.
Exactly. Move the chains. Hold on to the ball. Ball security has got to be priority number 1 here. Crawford, hands off, actually calls his own number, turns the corner.
Good block.
The 15, inside the 10, inside the 5. A flag is down, and it looks like that's going to come back. Flag came out very early on this one. And a hold.
And I thought it was a clean block on that outside.
Well, a flag was thrown the opposite side of the field, took away what would have been a 16-yard run and a 1st and goal.
This defense for the Lobos, Brandon, they're getting winded.
They are getting winded.
They've been on the field a lot in the second half.
Especially here in the 4th quarter. You can tell, these guys are starting to feel it.
10-yard penalty, still 1st down.
3:59, Chris.
3 minutes, 59 seconds separating the Monarchs from the 2015 DTFA championship.
No mistakes here.
Again, just ball security has got to be paramount here.
To score in these next 3 minutes.
Lobos have 2 timeouts. Galveston County has 1. Crawford hands off to Wells. Wells with room. He'll churn up the middle and will be stopped at around the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Travis, number 50, on the tackle. One of the defenders there.
Rolled up 10 seconds trying to get that pile undone.
Also, number 99 also in there. Joseph Edmond on the stop. Clock rolling at 3 minutes, 33 seconds left.
Lobos have 2 timeouts.
Ball at the 20 line. Second down and 17.
DTFA championship.
The Monarchs and Everett Jolivet, the owner and general manager, looking for an opportunity to seal this deal as his offense is in control of the destiny of this contest.
Mike Johnson, can they come away with it? Right now,
Crawford just letting some of that clock run down. So he awaits the snap. Gets it, handoff. Actually, it'll be Crawford trying to call his own number. Got a bit of a block, turns the corner, just needs to stay in bounds, and he smartly does.
very smart play, Chris.
Gain of about 3, but it continues to eat the clock as the clock moves down to 2 minutes and 37 seconds. And a timeout will be called by the Lobos. They'll use their second with 2:34 to go. We'll take the break with them. Monarchs leading by a count of 14-7. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 34 seconds left. 3rd down and 14 for the Monarchs. Ball spotted at the 26-yard line of the Houston Lobos. Figured that there's going to be a run play here. Force the Lobos to eat that last time out. Terrell Harper, the first man out of the huddle. And it is going to be Crawford. Crawford at quarterback, but Wells in the backfield with them. They went to the ace set early in the second half, and it has really worked well for the Monarchs. Hurry up and get that ball off. They do. Hand up is going to be to Wells. Wells tries to find room. He'll get the ball inside the 25 to around the 24. Gain of 2. It's really more about eating clock right now. And it'll be interesting to see if the Lobos will use that final timeout here as we approach the 2-minute warning.
Now, do you go ahead and call a regular offensive play, or do you punt here maybe, Brandon?
This will be an interesting call here. You know, you're looking at the 25-yard line, maybe a pooch to perhaps pin them.
2-minute warning here.
Yes.
In high school, he kicked the 41-yarder.
2 minutes remaining, 120 seconds separating the Galveston County Monarchs and the 2015 DTFA Championship. We'll join them after the break. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Go, Brandon Williams, Mike Lockwood here with you at the Rig in Pearland. Monarchs leading by a count of 14-7, facing a 4th and 13 at the 25. We'll see if you'll get a quick kick of a punt, and it will be.
Yep.
And the ball is going to be fielded at around the 2-yard line, and he's going to be stopped at around the 1.
Good call. Good call.
Very smart call. Very, very smart call by the Monarchs. Marquise Nolan, number 25, tried to return it and was stopped immediately. Correction, looks like number 21, Terrell Nolan.
Quarterback took the ball and actually ran over here and froze the defenders, and then he stopped and pooch kicked. I mean, that was played to perfection, Brandon.
99 yards, 1 timeout with 1:51 to go. Can the Monarchs seal the deal here defensively?
Anything is possible if you believe.
Boy, and you got to be careful of a safety here also.
Yes.
If you believe, anything is possible.
And the Monarchs have done a good job of throwing safety blitzes at the Lobos throughout this contest. Quentin Berryman's the quarterback. And all he's got to do is find 99 yards against the defense that has shut them down all afternoon, well into the evening. He's lined up about 2, maybe 3 yards deep in the end zone with McGee. Back to throw, steps up underneath. Ball is incomplete. Zipped it high, looking in the direction of Murphy.
Boy, he had some mustard on that ball.
Yeah, he put some heat on that one.
That time is ticking.
It's just a case of just trying to get the ball out of his hands before the rush came barreling in on him.
Worked for this whole season.
This Galveston County Monarchs team they've had their share of lows at points during the season. But owner and general manager Everett Jolivet has done a great job of weeding out the bad seeds and bringing in a group of guys that have been committed to getting here to this point. And they're now 1:47 away from the culmination of all of that work. 2nd down and 10, spotted at the 3-yard line. Berryman back, steps up, throws, and the ball is going to be intercepted. Picked off. Joseph McDonald, the former Lamar DB, with the big-time play. The 5th turnover of the night. 1:38 to go. And you can start to feel the momentum finally shifting once and for all on the 5th forced turnover of the night by the Galveston County Monarchs.
Look at the flag. Look at the flag on the sideline. You think you got some jubilation going on about now?
Yes, and with good reason.
And the line on this game was the Lobo was going to win by 21.
Yes.
That was what was on social media. That was what was discussed by one of the announcers at halftime on the loudspeaker here. Well, I tell you what, they hang on for a minute and 38 seconds. There's going to be some crow that's served on a cold plate.
This is going to rock the Houston area, across the state in the semi-pro football world, as the number 1 ranked Houston Lobos with an opportunity to put this thing away. They're going victory formation, and with good reason. Lobos have only 1 timeout left. Crawford with a kneel down. That clock will run down to around a minute 30, and they still have yet to use that timeout.
Boy, are you going to leave it in your pocket?
I don't know. I do not know if that's the case.
It looks like they've conceded victory.
They have. You look at guys, taking stuff off. Look at the dejection by the Lobos, who came in here this afternoon thinking that they had an opportunity to complete the perfect season.
All things are possible, my brother, if you believe.
Kneel down by Crawford again as the ball goes inside a minute.
56 ticks remaining.
They can start feeling it right now.
Yeah, buddy.
They can see on the sideline, starting to see some celebrating.
And it was all started by the defense, Brandon.
And there's some coaches. There's some Gatorade on every Jolivet.
He said, oh, that's cold.
Clock inside 30 seconds.
The defense, Brandon. The defense started it. They knocked out the starting quarterback. They changed the outcome of this ball game.
One more play to kneel down, and you can start the celebration in Pearland. The Galveston County Monarchs are going to be the 2015 DTA Super Bowl champions by a final of 14-7. 1 second. Wrap it up. It's official.
I tell you what. The defense set up the victory. The offense took advantage of the turnovers. But how many was it? 5 turnovers.
5 turnovers.
This defense caused against this number 1 ranked Lobos, who came into this game undefeated.
A great job by the defense. You knew that if the Monarchs had a chance to win this game, it would fall at the feet of the defense. And the defense definitely was up to the task. 5 forced turnovers, 4 interceptions, and a fumble recovery. And they shut down the Lobos. A lot of people, like you said earlier, thought that this was just going to be a culmination of a very impressive season by the Lobos, but somebody forgot to tell the Galveston County Monarchs that.
Yeah, no one believed them except themselves. You know, we got to also mention Wells, the running back. Hard running. He had a little bit of a rough going to start off the first couple series, but once he started getting his momentum going, he came up with some key runs, Brandon, and also kept the defense for the Lobos honest, because they could not key on him all the time, because that opened up the passing game when he got running. So, all around,
it was
this
a team effort.
That's right. It was a team effort. The very strategic pooch kick here, when it was down to 2 minutes, it forced the Lobos to be back here at the 2-yard line. I mean, and they had their backs to the wall. And the defense, again, we mentioned it for the Monarchs, they took advantage.
The defense set the tone early in the season, so it only seemed appropriate that the defense finished the season setting the tone. 14-7 is your final score. And Mike,
look at here. Does that remind you of something right there? We got the wheel going.
It certainly does. You experienced that feeling in 2003. We shared that feeling in 2006. In 2015, it's the semi-pro champs, the Galveston County Monarchs, with the championship. What a feeling it has got to be for these guys, and we are thrilled to be a part of it. Nothing more to say, but let's just go down and celebrate this moment.
Let's hope that they go to work in the morning.
Well, certainly. Certainly.
All right, we'll wrap this up. Brandon, you have the honors.
All right. A great season coming to an end as the two teams getting together for a final prayer as the Galveston County Monarchs complete the run to the Super Bowl with the 14-7 win over the Houston Lobos. This is our sign-off point for a little while, but sit tight because before you know it, August 28th is going to be around the corner, and that means the return of Lamar Cougar football as the Cougs, as usual, they'll open the season against Galveston ball, this time from the Rock out in Kerrville Stadium. That's going to be the next time you'll see us. So for Mike Lockwood, this is Brandon Williams saying good night, and the great news here as the Galveston County Monarchs will hoist up the 2015 DTFA Championship with a hard-fought 14-7 win over the Houston Lobos. A great effort by the Lobos, but it's the Monarchs with the championship. We'll see you in August.
Good
night, everybody.